Well, let's find out a bit more now on how the markets have reacted to the cabinet reshuffle. We cross to our markets anchor, Nompumelelo Siziba. Nompu, good afternoon to you. So we saw the rand strengthening leading up to the reshuffle last night, and then it remained stable early this morning. Certainly a contrast to the reshuffles taken in the past by Ramaphosa's predecessor.
Yes, thanks very much, Natasha. That's very true. So yesterday we saw the rand hit around 11.51 against the US dollar. That was a 3-year high. But it's actually lost quite a bit of ground now, and it's breached through the 11.60 level, buoying between 11.60 and 11.62 against the US dollar. Not quite sure whether we can attribute this movement just to local factors. The US dollar also doing its thing. And of course, as it strengthens, emerging market currencies do tend to go on a back foot, but certainly we're seeing that the local currency has weakened somewhat. On the equities front, not quite sure if the buoyancy on the equities markets today has much to do with yesterday's decision, as there is a general mixed feeling around the appointments that Mr. Ramaphosa made. But we are seeing equities in the positive, and this is in line with global markets, which have been registering significant gains. But in the meantime, global markets, including South Africa, will be looking very closely at what the US new Fed chair, Jerome Powell, has to say around interest rates and inflation. He's going to be giving a testimony in front of Congress later today, and that's pretty much where things stand at the moment.
Well, there is still a little bit of uncertainty. What's the impact of the reshuffle on our sovereign ratings, Nompu?
On our sovereign rating, well, that remains to be seen, doesn't it? I think given the fact that there is somewhat of a mixed view on the appointments, some new faces, some good old hands coming back, Nhlanhla Nene in finance, and of course Pravin Gordhan back at DPE. And of course, there are some other people who have been replaced or at least shuffled elsewhere that some people believe shouldn't be, namely Malusi Gigaba, who was at finance, and also Batabile Dlamini, who are believed to be somehow involved in state capture. But having said that, I think really it's a wait and see, but we don't have that long to wait and see because Moody's for certain is going to be making a determination in March, which is just a day or two away. So, yeah, and I'm sure they're going to pretty much make a decision quickly because we've had the SONA, we've had budget, we've had the cabinet reshuffle. There's really not much more that needs to be done for them to get a sense of where we're going in terms of policy certainty and so on.
All right, Nompu, thanks so much. We'll leave it there for now, but we'll get more from our Nompu Siziba at the JSC coming up in our news at 1. We'll take a quick break. I'll have some sports news coming up next.